Hello and welcome to the Daily Mill for Wednesday, the 4th of January 2023. In today's Millwall news, it looks as though Benik Afobe is off on his toes. Now, this is from Football League World. Yes, I know, but don't judge it yet. A Millwall first teamer reportedly set for surprising transfer to Asian club with medical scheduled for today. We have no idea if that's taken place. Maybe this will be announced tomorrow. Maybe he failed the medical because he's been injured a lot and he's just come back from injury. So Dubai based. So Dubai are the Asian team, as in Middle Asian, Middle Eastern, Middle Western. Yeah. Dubai based outfit Hatta Club have struck an agreement with Millwall to sign Benik Afobe, according to an update on Twitter from Foot Mercato journalist Santi Ayano. The 29-year-old only joined the Lions permanently in the summer, but hasn't been able to make a major impact in front of goal for the Lions, recording 2 goals and 1 assist in 19 league appearances. Yeah, and weirdly, he only signed a 1-year deal. Thankfully for Gary Rowett's Benzar and Tom Bradshaw have been able to step up to the plate to compensate for the ex-Arsenal lack of goals, with summer signing Andreas Vogelsama struggling to get in amongst the goals as well. Okay. It's currently unclear how much the Lions will have to spend this month, but the board booked out money on 4 players during the previous window, and with this, the money may need to come in from player sales before Rowett is able to make further additions, and they could be set to make their second January sale following the departure of Isaac Loffley, with Afobe set to undergo a medical today after Hatta Club and the Championship side struck a full agreement. With this, his exit seems imminent, and it remains to be seen whether the English outfit have a replacement lined up for him. The verdict. It seems like a very strange move, although it wouldn't be a massive surprise if the Lions were prepared to sanction an exit, considering he hasn't scored that regularly this season. When all options are fit, they have Bradshaw, Bennett, and Vogelsang who can step up to the plate up top. The new signing, Adomu Amaka, can also play there, but it remains to be seen whether he will be included in the first team straight away. It will be interesting to see whether a replacement will be brought in or not. There's a bit more depth in this position following Afobe's potential departure may be beneficial, and it will also be interesting to see if this move actually goes through, because the 29-year-old has been heavily involved for his current side this season, has he? And has only been prevented from winning more game time by an injury setback. In fairness, this exit could help the club to hold on to Fleming, and that will be crucial for them if they want to be in a promotion race at the end of the season. The Dutchman has become their Jed Wallace. What? How does that help us hold on to Fleming? Fleming's not going anywhere. He's got like another couple of years on his contract. Yes. So maybe that. Now, I said the other day, Ogbene. Was it yesterday's video? I'm losing track here. Ogbene, out of nowhere, randomly, there was talk of him going to Swansea, and then our names getting thrown in. Did we try to hijack the deal for him to Swansea because we needed to replace Afobe? Is that what's happening? Now, I've seen a few things saying that this might be a loan, because here's the thing. His contract is up at the end of the season, and apparently Millwall said to him or his agent, we're not renewing it. So he's then said, well, I don't want to stick around. I don't know if that's true, or I want to leave, or is it okay if I leave? Because he's allowed to speak to other clubs about signing in the summer. So maybe he started to speak to other clubs about signing in summer, and then they've said, well, how about coming now? Can you come now? And he says, well, I don't know, let me speak to Millwall and see if we can do it. Maybe it's more of an amicable thing, and not he's thrown his toys out of the pram. Maybe it's just amicable like that. But here's the thing, kind of weird that he signed for us in the first place in the summer, because he had a move lined up to Club Brugge in Belgium, who were in the Champions League. He went all the way out there and had a medical, and then for some reason he said the deal fell through because his family didn't want to live in Belgium. Now, Dubai, Belgium. Well, I think never been to Dubai, never been to Belgium. Not properly anyway. You've got to say Dubai is a world better than Belgium, so maybe there's that. And apparently, someone said he has properties out in Dubai, so maybe that's it. Maybe he's going into semi-retirement before he actually goes into proper retirement. But yeah. So apparently, maybe a loan move until it's one of those loan moves where we're signing him in the summer on a free. Let's loan him now. Is that okay? So it might be one of them. Now, obviously, he's gone there for a medical. I don't know if he's gone there or they're doing a medical in London. Who knows? A lot, maybe in Edgware Road, somewhere around that Harley Street. A lot of Arabs down there, so maybe it might be happening in London, but we don't know what's happening yet. Maybe the deal is done, but with the proviso that it's not going to go through until Millwall sign a replacement. So maybe they've said, look, okay, yeah, we understand your situation. We're going to do this amicably, but we would like to sign a replacement before we let you go. And this has apparently come out before anything's been sorted. So where it's come from? So this is from footballleagueworld.co.uk, and they're reporting from other people. I've gone way back on Twitter to see where it first started, and we have this from at UAE Football 7, and they're quoting Emirates Today newspaper, and they say 3 local clubs begin contracting with an international striker after he entered the last 6 months of his contract with his current club, informing him of his desire to extend his contract or not. A bit garbled in the translation from Google on Twitter, and then someone said a name, and then someone said Benik Afobe. I think that one there says Benik Afobe. Let me click on that actually. Can I click on that? Oh, there. So Benik Afobe. Someone said another name. I think some Moroccan, and then someone said Benik Afobe. So that's where that's come. Now, we've got this from Congolese Football News. They've gone so far as to make up a graphic. You've got the Millwall Club badge there, and you've got that Hatta Club badge there. I tried to go on their website. Currently under maintenance and not working. So that's I couldn't get any information from them, but probably not up there anyway. So this is translated from French by Google as well. According to the journalist Santi JFM, who is on the right hand side there, relevant people, Santi Ayuna, that's the guy who was quoted in the Football League World piece. Benik Afobe will have to fly to the UAE Emirates and commit to Hatta Club. In addition, a medical visit is scheduled tomorrow, according to the Foot Mercato journalist. And this is actually published on the 3rd of January, 10 p.m. UK time, which is why I missed it for yesterday's video, because that was around about the time I was making yesterday's video. So completely missed this, and kind of shame because I could have put it in yesterday's video, but it is what it is. We've got it in today's video, which is going to be pretty busy with lots of other stuff as well. So this came out yesterday night. Apparently the medical's happening today, Wednesday the 4th. They're saying he had to fly out to UAE, so we don't know, is it going to get announced tomorrow? When we'll not, if it's a loan deal, or if they just cut his contract and let him walk off free without paying his contract up. Probably not that. That's why they do loan deals, and maybe they'll put that on hold until they get a replacement in. Maybe Ogbene, and we have some randomly been linked again with Lyle Taylor from Nottingham Forest, not featuring for Nottingham Forest. Obviously they're in the Premier League now. Premier League, I don't think he's Premier League standard, so probably won't be playing for them anyway. But apparently he's injured at the moment anyway, so not likely to sign for anyone at the moment. I believe he is trying to come back down south to London though. So we will wait and see. So yeah, there you go. Benik Afobe may or may not be leaving Millwall to sign for a club in the United Arab Emirates. Now, I told you about this the other day, but we've got a bit more background because I didn't really know these players all my time, and Millwall Football Club have kindly put up a bit of a bio on both of these players. So Millwall mourn the passing of former playing duo. Millwall Football Club is saddened to hear of the passing of two former players, Brian Brown and John Jackson. So Brian Brown is on the right hand side, John Jackson on the left hand side. Brian, born in 1949, was a free transfer signing by manager Benny Fenton in March 1968 from Chelsea. Tough tackling and speedy right back, Brown went on to become the natural successor to Johnny Gilchrist, making his debut the following September against Barnsley then in a League Cup replay. It was during the season of 1969-70 that Brian would establish himself as a Millwall regular by appearing in 35 league fixtures. Over the course of the next 3 seasons, Brian would miss just 4 games in the league and was ever present in both 1970-71 and 71-72 campaigns. Brian, who possessed a thunderous shot, scored his first 2 goals for the Lions against Luton in a 1-1 away draw and in the 4-0 success at Colville Lane in early 1971. One outstanding game Brian played in was Millwall's stunning FA Cup victory over Everton at Goodison Park in February 1973, where his crisp and forceful tackling on his opponent didn't endear himself to the home supporters. Sadly, Brian, who made 211 appearances, found the net on 5 occasions, is the 4th member of that victorious team to pass away. He follows the likes of Harry Cribbs, Barry Kitchener and Alf Wood. Injury would end his career in 1975, following a brief spell with Dartford. There he is there. Now, John, the other guy, born in 1942, can be regarded as one of Millwall's finest goalkeepers. We've had some very fine goalkeepers over the time. So if the person's writing this so that he's one of the finest, well, you've got to believe him. And the fee of 7,500 to secure his signature from Leyton Orient was money well spent. Tall and a commanding figure between the sticks, it was his former manager George Petchey who brought him to the Den in August 1979 to replace the injured Pat Cuff, who were playing all of Millwall games that season, 53 in all. Following Mill's heavy defeat at Burnley, John regained the spot from Peter Glesher and would go to appear in another 33 games before joining Ipswich Town in August 1981. John had excellent careers with both Crystal Palace and Leyton Orient, where he appeared in a combined total of 572 league games, which can be added to his 79 for Millwall. His last club of note was at Hereford United. So that's some feat as well, 572 league games. Quite amazing. So everyone at Millwall Football Club would like to offer their condolences to the family and friends of Brian and John. It's a very sad time. Like I said, that's very helpful and very interesting to read those details, because I didn't know about these players really, and that's good to hear, very good to hear. So moving on now to younger players. Millwall loanees suffer scoreless starts of 2023. This is from millwallfc.co.uk. It's the Loanwatch. B-side, we got 3 out on loan at the moment. B-side Top Lodge, Shamal Lawson and Alex Mitchell were all involved in their respective loan clubs at the turn of the year. On New Year's Day, Tom Lodge played in defence alongside Byron Webster. Remember him? Was in action as Bromley played out a goalless draw with Southend United at Hayes Lane. Meanwhile, a day later, Shamal Lawson's TV appearance for Maidstone United ended in a 1-0 loss at home to Dagenham and Redbridge, whilst Alex Mitchell's afternoon lasted 82 minutes as St Johnstone were also defeated 1-0 at home to Dundee United in the Cinch Premiership. And they're playing on Saturday. There you go. Those are the games they're playing in this Saturday. Now, moving on to casting an eye on the future, on the game on Saturday, the FA Cup game. Got a little bit of an injury report from London News Online at UK. Millwall will have one player injured for Sheffield United clash in FA Cup as impressive performer on Saturday is ruled out. Callum Styles looks set to miss Millwall's FA Cup game against Sheffield United this weekend due to an ankle injury sustained in last weekend's 3-0 win over Rotherham United. The on-loan Barnsley player impressed in Saturday's win and is set to be the only player unavailable to Lions manager Gary Rowett. So he's missing through injury, not because he's on loan and they haven't given permission. He's on a season-long loan, so normally when it's a season-long loan, they just give you permission to play in cup games. I believe that's how it's done. Ryan Leonard, remember him? Is back in full training, and George Long, who missed a Rotherham match after his partner went into labour, is also available. Yes, it seems very ominous the way they worded it on Saturday. Family reason. He left in the middle of the night, like someone had been attacked or burgled or something. It was just his missus gave birth, and apparently they're doing fine. So that was it. I mean, they could have said for joyous family reasons, for good family reasons, for a family. I don't know. It seemed very ominous the way they mentioned it. So is also available, but apparently the way that Gary Rowett worded it, and the way that he's been doing it over the past couple of seasons, is that the number 2 goalkeeper plays in the cup game. So I fully expecting Bart to play in goal. And to be fair, I mean, you should probably, if that's the case, give George Long the day off and don't put him on the bench. Let him be at home with his missus and his new baby, and then call him back for the Middlesbrough game the week after. Styles left the den wearing a protective boot. I think everybody will be available apart from Stolesy. I don't think he'll be too long. Rout told the South London Press. Looks like he'll be back for the next league game. He left in a boot. Like, what? He looks a lot more positive getting people out there. Keeping him out there is the next challenge. Lenny is one who desperately wants to keep fit for a period of time. He's been very unlucky. He looked really good coming back to training. Sometimes his desire and enthusiasm puts him in positions he probably doesn't need to get himself into. Benny is the same. They're a wholehearted players and they only know 100% full throttle. But you've got to try and pick and choose when they go to those extremes. But it's not bad character flaw. If we can keep them out there, we know they can have a huge impact in our season. Lenny is back and available, but because he's missed quite a lot of football, I probably won't be tempted to just chucking him in at the weekend. He needs more of a gradual dip into match action. We'll sit down with the medical team and sports science team and assess what the right thing is to do. We don't want to do is chuck him in his first game he's fit for. Something happens at 70 or 80 minutes. We're trying to be sensible on that one, both for him and for us. So it seems he might be on the bench and try and give him like 20 minutes or so. But then when you do that, he's got to warm up properly, get into it, get into the game, and then when he comes out, warm down as well. So I don't know. We'll see. But even though it's only Wednesday and the game is on Saturday, doing a bit of an early injury report there. Now, we've got the next 2 things are about this as well. So obviously the club have warned everyone. This is not helpful. It's not helpful. The game, Sheffield United, is a cup game. No one really wants to play it. Although, if you have a family, if you've got money problems, this is the game to go to. It's cheap. Tickets are £10 or so, I think. If you're a season ticket holder, you can get an extra one cheaper or something. So if that's the situation, if you've got financial problems, this is the game for you to go to. So Mill will begin their 22-23 Emirates FA Cup campaign. Begin and end at home to Sheffield United on Saturday the 7th January, kick-off 3 p.m. Usually the quickest and easiest way to reach the dens by train via South Bermondsey by Southern trains. Strike action will mean no services will run this weekend to the station. Boo! Matchgoers are strongly advised to check their journeys before leaving, and you can do it here. What do they link that to? TFL Gov Planner Journey, which is that we never use that. The TFL Planner is absolutely fucking useless because it has been hijacked by these bicycle bellends. When you plan a journey on public transport, literally you scroll down on your phone for about 2 or 3 seconds because the top thing tells you how to walk there and how to cycle there, even though you've literally using the app to plan how to find public transport to get around by. I'm not looking how to cycle there or to walk there. It's literally an app for planning public transport journeys. So they've absolutely ruined that, and then no wonder why they're $4 billion in debt. So nearby stations include Surrey Quays, which can be reached on London Overground, that is running, and London Bridge, from which the Jubilee line will be available to travel to Bermondsey, a 20-minute walk to the Den. Yeah. Is Canada Water closed then because of overcrowding? Canada Water, Bermondsey, Surrey Quays, you're going to have to go through there. There might be some New Cross Gate, Queens Road, Peckham, maybe those places as well. There are numerous bus routes stopping in close proximity to the Den, including the 21, 53 and 172, which will take you to the Old Kent Road, the P12 to Ilderton Road, the 1 and the 381 to Brotherhithe New Road, the 47 and the 188 and the 225 to Surrey Quays. So there you go. Cheap tickets, but it's a hell of a journey, so swings and roundabouts. And that's not going to help the gate, is it? But like I said, we don't want a cup run, do we? What we want is we win this game. In the next round, we get Man City, we get Man United, we get Chelsea, we get Arsenal, we get Newcastle, we get a big team. That will give a big crowd, and the game will probably be on TV. Then we can get some money, and it'll help the club to recoup the losses that they've made from the Hummel deal. So that would be good. And then we'll probably lose that game, then we can go back to concentrating on the league. That would be good. Now, another bit of news regarding that game. Mason Scaffolding has been confirmed as the Lions FA Cup third round sleeve partner. So they have different sponsors for league shirts and FA Cup shirts, and they've got them their self on the sleeve. They are, I believe, on the back of the shirt at the top on the league shirts, on the championship shirts, and they are on the FA Cup. You can see the FA Cup badge on the left hand side. They're on the right sleeve. On the left sleeve will be Mason Scaffolding. So there you go. So Millwall Football Club is pleased to announce Mason Scaffolding as its new sleeve patch partner for the Lions Emirates FA Cup third round tie against Sheffield United. Dedicated Lions fan, Managing Director Grant Mason and his company have continued to show tremendous support for the club, having been confirmed as backer shirt sponsors for the 22-23 campaign in the summer. The company's logo will feature on the left sleeve of Millwall's FA Cup dedicated shirt on Saturday the 7th of January 2023 when the Blaze visit C16. Mason Scaffolding was formed back in December 1993 by Managing Director Grant Mason, operating from a large yard ideally located just off the Old Kent Road. The company consistently invests in the very best state-of-the-art equipment. Mason Scaffolding recently unveiled their brand new fully liveried fleet of Euro 6 compliant Mercedes-Benz lorries, and I have absolutely no idea what that means. Masons also utilises the highest quality scaffolding materials, working with brand new products from nationwide established suppliers. I'm delighted to introduce Mason Scaffolding as our sleeve patch partner for the FA Cup third round tie. I'd like to thank Grant and everyone at the company for their continued support of the club, said Andrews, Mill's head of partnerships and hospitality. Mason added, "We're extremely proud and excited to confirm ourselves as shirt sleeve sponsors. It further shows our commitment and support for Millwall, who are currently sponsor on all first team kits as back shirt sponsor. We wish Millwall the very best of luck in the FA Cup. And we are really excited at the league form, which shows how far the club have come in recent years. And you can visit the official Mason Scaffolding website by clicking on this link, which goes to masonscaffolding.com. Now, picture there, Gary Rowett, wearing gloves for some reason, I don't know why. This is a picture at the Den. Why is he at the Den? Why is Gary Rowett? Did Gary Rowett travel to the Den just to take this photo with this picture, with the kit and Grant Mason? Or is Gary Rowett at the club doing deals? He's trying to get that striker, Ogbene, Lyle Taylor, Cyril Ngonge. Is he doing deals? Why is he at the Den? We don't know, mate. We'll have to wait and see what is happening. Well, why is he wearing gloves though? It's kind of weird, mate. kind of weird. No offence, but now moving on to this captain's evening. Aye, aye, captain. Join us for Millwall's first ever captain's evening. This is from millfc.co.uk. So this is an event in aid of the Millwall Community Trust. So Millwall Football Club and Millwall Community Trust will host the first ever. So is this an ongoing thing? Captain's evening at the Den on Thursday the 26th of January 2023. So is this about, is this Sean Hutchinson? Is he going to be there? From 7 to 10 p.m. in the 1885 club, the night will see 7 former line skippers. So former line skippers in attendance for a Q&A and more. There will be the opportunity to post photographs of your favourites and bid on items of memorabilia. Taking the floor will be Les Briley, Steve Morrison, Alex Pearce, Paul Robinson, Tony Craig, Alan Dunn and Stuart Nethercott. Food will be served on arrival, whilst the bar will be open for those wishing to purchase drinks. Tickets cost just £10 per person, with all proceeds going to the Millwall Community Trust. Click here to purchase, and that takes you to Millwall's ticket page. Tickets go off sale on Sunday, the 22nd of January, for the event, which is on the Thursday. So there's something there if you're interested in that. Maybe a gift for someone. It's only £10. I don't know. Someone you know have a birthday in January or early February. If they want to meet these players, they can have a photograph of them, something like that. I don't know if kids will be allowed. It seems to be a grown-up event. I don't know. You could ask them. But yeah, there you go. Captain's evening. Interesting. Very interesting. Also, we've got this from millfc.co.uk. Other stuff that's on in January 2023 involving Millwall. So the first month of the year is here. Here's what's going on in SC16 in January 2023. So obviously we've had one event already, or two events. The Millwall versus Rotherham United game, and we won 3-0. Fantastic. Today, Wednesday, 10 a.m, the coffee morning. Maybe that's why Gary Rowett was there at a coffee morning. Maybe he wanted to get some free coffee. Saturday, obviously this Saturday we've got the home game against Sheffield United Cup. Next Wednesday, another coffee morning. On Friday the 13th of January, a stadium tour, 11 a.m. Again, so tickets available for that. You've got two more coffee mornings on the 18th, Wednesday the 18th, Wednesday the 25th. You just rock up at that. You don't need a ticket for that. Just rock up. Thursday the 26th, there's another stadium tour, and Saturday the 28th, last game of the month, Millwall versus Burnley, a big game. Burnley, good team. I think they're the best team we've played so far, but that was up at their place. They've got to come to the Den now, and I'm sure the Den will be packed. A lot of people. I imagine this is one of the games that people will choose to go to. They have an options, and I imagine it's going to be a packed full house as we try to beat the runaway league leaders. So there you go. Some fantastic stuff happening this month. And on that note, thank you for watching, and goodbye.